The Living Dead Division. During the One-Year War, it engaged in fierce combat against the Moore Brotherhood in the Thunderbolt sector. In that final battle, Daryl Lorenz clashed with his nemesis, the full-armor Gundam, while piloting the Psycho Zaku. And with the arrival of the Siren mobile fleet as reinforcements, the battle ultimately ended in victory for Zeon. Although he lost his trusted machine, Daryl managed to survive and was retrieved by the Siren mobile fleet along with his companions. Later, during the battle at Abao Aku, Daryl sortied in a Gelgoog. Drawing upon his natural marksmanship, he provided cover for his allies as they withdrew. However, his new prosthetic arm left him struggling with the controls.
Daryl, you alright?
The Ryu's Psycho device could push an ordinary pilot beyond human limits. Surrounded by death on the battlefield, Daryl is reminded of the overwhelming power he once commanded. Eight months later, Daryl stands on a certain island in the southern hemisphere, unmarred by the war. As the waves of the deep blue sea crash against his prosthetic leg, he becomes keenly aware that he has descended to Earth.
The Earth is so beautiful.
Having completed 7 months of physical therapy and ground-use mobile suit training, Daryl joins the Zeon Remnant forces alongside his partner Fisher. Their new team brings together former maintenance officers of the Living Dead Division, including Billy Hickam, rumored to be a new type, and his subordinate, Sebastian Morse. Operating the amphibious mobile suit, Akgai, the team engages in espionage missions. Carla Mitchum, a scientist who fought alongside Daryl in the Thunderbolt sector, becomes his emotional anchor. She was rescued by friendly forces after being wounded, then later descended to Earth, where she continues to receive medical treatment. Daryl visits Carla routinely, and the two enjoy moments of respite together. When in her company, Daryl can put the war out of his mind. However, the sense of peace he feels is an illusion, betrayed by the severity of Carla's condition and the designs of the Zeon Remnant forces. Scarred by her harrowing experience aboard the Living Dead Division's flagship, the Dried Fish, during its final battle, Carla can only maintain her ego by closing her mind off from the outside world. She was unprepared for the horrors she witnessed, and that trauma eats away at her psyche, causing her memories to fade. Be that as it may, the Zeon remnants seek knowledge that only survives inside her head.
Here, I have souvenirs for both of us.
That's great, Carla. Natural honey is rare. Let's savor it.
Right? It's great with toast, Papa.
You're right, Carla.
Let's come again. Promise.
Yeah, I promise.
The Zeon remnants are determined to restore the Ryu's Psycho device. As a man whom Carla trusts, they cast Daryl in the role of her father, hoping to stabilize her mind by staging a family. Fully aware of their designs, Daryl continues to cooperate despite his conflicting emotions. Using the massive Fortress Dolos, now moored on the bottom of the ocean, as a base, the Zeon remnants plan to recapture the Psycho Zaku from the South Seas Alliance. After visiting Carla, Daryl returns to the Dolos and begins sortie preparations. Once aboard the submerged carrier, Daryl and his team are briefed on their upcoming mission on the mobile suit deck. The objective is to extract the spy who infiltrated the South Seas Alliance and secure the data they gathered. Daryl's Guy is equipped with special gear that enables data to be exchanged despite interference from Minovsky particles, but its loadout is drastically reduced. When Billy speaks as though he welcomes a fight, Daryl warns him in no uncertain terms to avoid combat, as securing the data is the top priority. Piloting their Guys, Daryl and his team swim upstream and emerge from the river in a forest within South Seas Alliance territory. Daryl assesses the situation around them from the cockpit of his Guy, then relays that information to his teammates. Yet they fail to detain the locals within their operation zone. Soon, their presence is exposed to the South Seas Alliance.
Fisher, from the south, 3 cars and 4 bikes.
Reluctantly, Daryl's team begins engaging the South Seas Alliance. After witnessing flames erupt near the rendezvous point with Daryl's team, Petro Garcia, the Zeon remnant spy, is left flabbergasted by how far the mission has strayed from the plan.
What the hell? They're fighting? I have to get all the way over there? Can I actually get home?
Here they come.
Billy Fisher, mobile suits.
I see them.
Where? At this rate, we can forget about contacting the spy.
We'll handle the extraction. Fisher, join the battle.
Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, Bandit Flower, Stage-5, Bandit Flower.
Crap. Those ants are all over the place. We can't keep this up.
Fall back to point D.
Hurry before they block our retreat.
Contacting the spy here is impossible.
Let's regroup! Supplies are low.
Give the order.
All units retreat to the party table.
Fisher, shoot here. That should save us.
Trust him! He's a new type!
I've had it. I'm never taking on a mission like this again.
Sorry.
After breaking through the South Seas Alliance's encirclement and retrieving the spy Petro Garcia, Daryl heads back downriver in a bid to escape. But he does not go unnoticed by South Seas Alliance's mobile suits. Two figures monitor the situation from afar, namely Daryl's teammates Billy and Sebastian.
With this, I'll know. Were Commander Daryl's achievements thanks to the Psycho Zaku? Or can he excel in the Act Guy too? Perhaps it was a rumor to raise morale. I'm far from the real thing. If there's a true new type, I need to see it.
As a product of the Flanagan Agency, Billy was identified as a pilot with new type potential during the One-Year War. He piloted a mobile suit designed for new types when fighting in the Abao Aku area. And yet, he dismisses his own abilities as counterfeit, lingering on the battlefield in search of a genuine new type. Can Daryl, who became a hero of the Principality by piloting the Psycho Zaku, be a true new type? Billy watches his commander struggle in the distance, intent on learning the truth. Unaware, Daryl continues to flee the South Seas Alliance mobile suits with Petro in tow.
They've stopped attacking. Something's not right.
Nah, the bridge collapsed. Hey, we're gonna crash.
Do me a favor and shut up.
Daryl desperately searches for a way out of this predicament. Meanwhile, Billy studies his commander intently, trying to gauge his skills.
Come on, Commander Daryl, show me.
Let's do this.
A freezer?
Grah.
Daryl finds his answer in using the freeze yard installed in the Act Guy. Sending his machine flying, he blocks the enemy's incoming fire. Then, he counters an enemy rushing in to attack, even using the resulting explosion to destroy another enemy closing in on him. Through his lightning-fast reflexes, he defies the overwhelming odds and destroys the enemy mobile suits pursuing him. Believing the danger behind him, Daryl smiles in relief. However, the enemy suit he thought was destroyed after being caught in the explosion survives, and the South Seas Alliance pilot is determined to defeat him. With no means left to fight back, Daryl is once again in peril. Then, without a moment to spare, Billy arrives in his Act Guy and defeats the enemy.
Huh?
Well done, Commander Daryl. Destroying a mobile suit without decent weapons.
You were watching?
We came to the rescue. Is that a problem?
Allow me to cover the rear.
Please do, Ensign Billy Hickam.
Billy and Sebastian wipe out a pursuing doll squadron. With his teammates now providing cover, Daryl finally manages to escape the combat zone. Inside the cockpit, the spy Petro shows Daryl a photo saved on his device. The face he sees on the screen is a familiar one.
Take a look. J.J. Sexton. He was a researcher for the Xeon Science Academy. You recognize him, right?
He's with the South Seas Alliance now.
I'm afraid the Psycho Zaku's not the only thing they got their grubby mitts on.
When he learns that Carla's former assistant has surfaced in such an unexpected place, Daryl cannot shake the feeling that fate is at work.